there guys, Ken here, your Thrifty Apprentice, and welcome back to the channel's version of a crafty corner. In today's video, we are going to be creating these very super easy watercolor pencil landscape. So we're going to paint all three right here with you today and show you how to turn them into your bookmark ephemera. These bookmarks can be used for your regular books, your art journals, or your junk journals, whatever suits your fancy. So grab your watercolor pencils, grab your watercolor paper, and let's get to creating these beautiful, easy, simple watercolor pencil landscape bookmark ephemera. Okay, getting started here, guys. We are going to do 3 bookmarks. One will be a sunset or sunrise, and 2 of them will be night scenes with stars. So for the first one, I used the sunflower and the mandarin orange. On the second one, I used true blue and royal blue is more of a purple leaning blue. Is actually more purple violet than blue at all. And then I'm going to put a little black at the top. And on the third one, I'm going to use like an olive green, a muted green color. And then I'm going to go at the top with that true blue and then some black at the top of that as well. And you use whatever set of watercolor pencils that you may have. With this project, is really easy. It really doesn't matter which ones you're using. I am painting on 100% cotton watercolor paper. This is Strathmore 500 series. I actually like this paper. It is really good and it's really economical for 100% watercolor paper. And with it being Strathmore, it's pretty accessible and easy to find. So now I'm just taking a water brush and I'm blending from left to right in all 3 of those bookmarks there. Now, I like to use a watercolor brush or a water brush with my watercolor pencils because it does have a continuous flow of water. So it does help with watercolor pencils simply because watercolor pencils dry a lot quicker than watercolor paints do. Now, as you can see, I am just blending all 3 of those, making sure to get a really nice blend. And now I'm going in with bleed proof white on that water brush, and I'm just sprinkling it in those first 2 bookmarks there so I can get some stars in the background. Now it's time to draw in the focal images. On the first one, the sunset or sunrise, I'm just going to draw in a couple of pine trees here, just trying to get them spaced out and get the composition a little balanced. Now I will have a little trouble with this one, believe it or not. And you'll see that coming up in just a second, and you'll also get to see how I fixed it. Now in this next one, I'm going to do some light post or some power line post with a couple power lines on it and then some mountains in the background. Now I used a ruler simply because I wanted to make sure that my power lines were pretty straight and symmetrical. And then I'm just going to draw in the mountain range at the very bottom. You notice I'm using black because these are night scenes or dusk dawn scenes. So a lot of things would be silhouetted, and it does also help to make these super easy compositions to paint. In the third bookmark, I am just going to draw in a little cityscape. Now we've done something similar in a video before where we did the whimsical cityscapes and then took those and made ephemera. And what do you know, we're using watercolor pencils again to draw in a couple of scenes in order to create, what do you know, ephemera. See guys, you can always use your own artwork to create ephemera for your art journals, your junk journals. Dive in, explore. It is always best to use your own original artwork if you can. It helps to make the books just that much more personal. Or you can give these away as gifts. You can use them as bookmarks in your regular reading books. You can use them as stocking stuffers during Christmas time, or you can create a bunch of these and, sell them at your craft fairs or what have you. So always an easy way. Now you notice when I went in with the water brush in order to start to disperse the black pigments over each bookmark. In the first one, the tree to the far left got away. A little bit too much water came out of the end of the water brush and it kind of made a blob there. So we're going to have to go back and fix that in just a minute. But I did go ahead and do the other 2 bookmarks because I wanted to give that first one time to dry before we got back to it. So I dispersed the pigment on the light post and then the ones on the cityscape as well. Now I'm figuring out how to fix this. So I decided, you know what? let's just make them bigger. We're not going to just tear this part off. We're not going to give up. It's a really simple painting and it should be simple to fix. So I just extended the top of those trees, and then I'm going to go back and disperse that pigment. So the trees to the left side of that particular bookmark are going to get a little bit bigger, but it only made it appear as if though they were closer to us. And because they were darker, they also appeared closer to us. So it kind of helped with making distance in that bookmark. So it worked out just well. Now I'm going to take some of that bleed proof white and I'm going to go ahead and paint in a moon on the bookmark to the far left that has the cityscape in it. It's a little crooked, but hey, it worked. You know what it was. So at this point, I'll sign my name because I am done with the quick and easy, simple watercolor pencil bookmarks. Now we'll remove our tape so we can see what we've done and get those nice white frames if you're going to leave it this way. But me, I'm creating bookmarks for journals, so I cut them out, then I cut the tops off, and now we're going to figure out what to do to seal them. You can use a varnish, you can use hairspray, or you can laminate them, which is what I'm going to do. There I'm showing you that Strathmore paper, and here we have our bookmarks. That's going to wrap it up, guys. So show you like the content and give the video a thumbs up, and remember, just keep painting and crafting.